What is virtual reality? When I put this on my head, I am no longer in your world. This technology has been out for years, yet most people don't really know what it's like inside of VR. Here I am in a friend's world watching YouTube videos on the TV the same way that you would in real life. The only difference is that we are all in different parts of the world. This is virtual reality's greatest power, the power that nobody talks about, the power that it has to connect people on a deeper level than social media ever could. Just imagine this, you can be in the same room as somebody who is on the other side of the planet within minutes. No longer is a monitor or a phone screen the medium between two people that are far apart. Now you can enter the screen and that opens up an entirely new world. Literally. Speaking of worlds, here are my favorites. This world is beyond beautiful. The first thing that you notice when you load into this world is the sunrise. This map has many floors including an outdoor bar, indoor theater, a super cool balcony, and I personally like sitting here to watch the sunrise. It's one of the coolest places to meditate and relax inside of VR. On the screen right now, you're watching my virtual friends watch my real life YouTube video. This next world is a mansion. It's my favorite dream house inside of VR. It has the coolest basement I've ever seen. It has beer pong, a TV sitting area, many secret rooms, a theater, a backyard, and honestly, this is probably the coolest place to throw a party inside of VR. And who knows, maybe I'll throw a VR fan meet here pretty soon. Next on the list are the clubs. Yes, people actually go clubbing inside of virtual reality. You would usually find dancers of all kinds here. These people can dance really good, and since full body tracking came out, this game has attracted many dancers in the real world to show off their talents inside of the virtual realm. Some of the clubs even have private rooms where people can get freaky inside of VR. Yes, that kind of stuff does happen in VR, and it's called ERP, aka exotic roleplay, which I don't take any part in, but when your entire body is put into a video game, I guess anything is really possible. This stuff does happen pretty often inside of VR, and it's kind of like an unspoken thing that no one talks about on the outside of VR, but once you get in, everyone just seems to know about it. But on the bright side, if you aren't looking for this, then it won't find you. This stuff only happens in a private world, so if you don't want to see it, you're not going to see it. And if somebody does try doing this inside of a public world, they'll get banned within minutes. Another game that's a must for every single VR owner is called Beat Sabre. It's the same concept as that nostalgic Guitar Hero that you used to play as a kid, except you have to hit the notes with a lightsaber. Being inside the game is a lot more fun than it looks on the outside because the notes are actually coming at you and not just the TV screen. Since this game requires a lot of movement, people use this game to stay active and lose weight. Yes, a video game that helps you lose weight. The last time you've heard of that was probably the Wii Sports many years ago. Superhot VR is genius. This is a game where time moves only when you do, so each movement has to be strategic and well thought out. Pavlov Vr is a shooter game with super realistic guns. You have to actually grab the clip from your waist, load it into the gun, cock it back, close your left eye to aim, and then shoot. Okay, now you get the idea. VR is really cool. Now listen to what people inside of vrchat have to say about it in comparison to their real life.
Endless possibilities. I could do all sorts of things that I can't do in my real life. Plus, this life is better than my real life, so look at this. I met 1, 2, 3, 4 friends already. That's faster than I've ever done in school.
You find more people, sure, across around the world. You find some people from other countries. You can be anyone you want.
I guess it's the connection, like in VR compared to real life. The connections that you make with people, not judging them on how you see them in real life. The distance is not really a thing. In real life, if you're going to move to a different state, you're going to lose all your friends from school and all that. In the VR world, you don't have to worry about that because no matter where you move, you're always going to be with your friends.
I am severely agoraphobic, so I have a problem leaving my house. I can't even grocery shop. I have to have it delivered to my home. And I have haphophobia, which is the fear of being touched by human beings. In VR, I can actually come in contact with people. It doesn't bother me. Dance with people. Keeps me going and gives me reason to smile every day, especially being trapped in a house because I'm afraid of the outside world. A lot of bad things have happened to me in my life that have put me to where I'm at today. And if I didn't have VR, I guess I don't know, I would just be in a room. I'm in a room right now. I know that I'm in a room right now, but I'm also sitting on a couch talking to you.
From my experiences, people that choose to socialize in a virtual world are so much more kind, open, and genuine than people that we choose to socialize with in real life. If you sit down at a local cafe for a few hours, you'd probably meet anywhere from 0 to 2 people. However, in VRchat and games alike, you can meet hundreds within just a few hours. I find that interactions here, hanging out with people, having late night talks, or sitting around a bonfire in a virtual world, is so much more real than the real world. Judging people is close to impossible because you don't factor in the person's appearance when you're speaking to them, so all you really do come in contact with is their mind. Usually people open up a lot more because the risk of telling people your feelings and having them judge you in VR is so little. People that have social anxiety or are very weak in social situations can help build their charisma, their personality, and their networking skills inside of virtual reality. The easiest and most common ways people get into breaking the ice is by playing social games. A couple of them are Never Have I Ever and Never Have I Ever is a game on a grass field where a host says never have I ever done X, and everyone on the line has to move up if they have done it. This game is actually really funny because since you're in a virtual character, people don't usually lie, or they don't at least get embarrassed for saying what they have done. And most of the questions are very edgy and sarcastic. When the person next to you moves up for doing something really stupid, it instantly sparks a topic of conversation and teaches you more about them. This next game is called, and I can't say that word because I'll probably get demonetized. Yes, YouTube is that strict. All of the players spawn inside of a house. One is a detective that starts upstairs with a weapon, and the other one is the murderer that has to blend in with the bystanders, meanwhile taking them all out secretly. We actually played this game in my very first fan meet. You're watching footage from that right now. We all had a great time and it was full of laughter. An honorable mention is an escape room. Since users can upload their own worlds, escape rooms are a thing. And what better way do you get to meet and interact with people that you've never seen before than to solve a puzzle with them? You're practically forced to talk to each other and it's genuinely fun. You are looking at a virtual sunrise. This looks so much better than what I'm currently seeing outside of my window. If it's raining, you can load into a sunny world. If it's snowing and cold, you can load into a beach. This also means that if you want to sleep under the stars, you can. I haven't tried this, but a ton of people I know in VRChat regularly take naps in VR. It's actually so common that there are worlds made just for sleep where some relaxing chill step would play in the background and users around the world would get to sleep in the same room together. Now that I think about it, that sounds kind of weird. This also means that VR can be an escape, which is good and bad. The winter in Michigan is terrifying for me, so I turned to VR to get the feeling of blue skies and warm sun. Things can get ugly when VR becomes your escape for everything and consumes your real life, or at least that's what scares people from the outside looking in. However, the chances of that actually happening are pretty slim. Having a headset on your face for hours gets annoying after a while, and so do the controllers. The most time I've spent in VR at a single time was around 3 hours, and that's because I was recording a previous video. Becoming an addict shouldn't be a worry for most people until we have something like the nerve gear shown in Sword Art Online, but we're far from that. Speaking of SAO, there are some new VR MMOs that are coming out and they look awesome. If you think that VRChat is cool, just imagine playing an MMO entirely inside of VR. With all that said, VR is dope. Games make your body active, you build real life social skills at a beginner level, you meet awesome people, and you immerse yourself in new worlds entirely from your bedroom. What are your thoughts on VR? Do you think that it is or could be better than real life? I actually do answer comments, so don't be shy. Anyways, thanks for sticking here with me. I'm glad this video kept you engaged and thinking enough for you to stay till the very end of it. If you did like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, you already know what to do. Thanks for watching this video. Stay dreaming, stay lucid. I'm out. Peace.